Yeah, can you hear me? Oh, well, I can go get the headset. It just somehow muffles the sound a little. Right. Yes. Okay. Okay. Well, that's not that far from the truth. Right. If I'm fighting with two swords, am I not supposed to also receive a +1 to my AC? No, I don't think we took it off. Yeah, it was so that I could use two-weapon fighting even when one-handed melee weapons I'm wielding aren't light weapons. So, and I wanted the bonus to AC also. Yes. Okay. So, like, do I have to click on extra attack when I use my extra attack every turn? Hmm. Ah, right. 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 Ah. Right. 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 Yeah. While you're making corrections, I see a little magic item icon after my silver longsword. Does the Dragon Slayer longsword need that now? Right. Yeah, and things of the dragon type, not just dragons, so it's complicated. Let me go get my headset and try it on. Oh, no problem.
I did. I just joined.
I think I'm gonna be Punchline from the DC comics for Halloween.
Which one was Punchline again?
She's like one of the Joker's girls.
Oh, Punchline. Yes. Basically the Harley Quinn replacement, sort of.
Yeah, like the Asian Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I know that there's also two twins that are in the Batman Beyond series. They're supposed to be Harley's daughters. That they're the ones that wear like the red booty shorts with the what to do with this as a duo.
Because Roderick wanted to be the Joker. Well, he wanted to be the Riddler. So we started looking at Batman villains, and I was like, I see a girl with a long black ponytail. Whatever that is, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, Punchline is a new one. I know that. I'm thinking. I don't know what I'm going to be for Halloween. I don't know yet. I have enough. I might just recycle a Spider-Man suit. Who knows? I'm just focusing on stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, personally, what I would love to do is Spike Spiegel. That would be a fun one. That would be a fun one to do. I don't know if you heard, but Liza got me Jeet Kune Do lessons, which is like Bruce Lee's fighting style. She got me lessons for that.
I saw on your Facebook.
Yeah, it was really awesome. But yeah, I would like to be. But yeah, Spike Spiegel does Jeet Kune Do, the character from Cowboy Bebop.
Mm-hmm.
The new, yeah, that would be a fun. That I want to do that, but I would have to build I would have to get that costume and money.
Okay.
All right, so we should be hearing ourselves coming in on the channel. Folks who are maybe joining us, I think it's just the players for the time being, which is great. If everyone could quickly talk, I want to do a quick sound check to see how everybody's audio is coming in.
Bing bong.
Okay, Ninako, you might want to take your
Hi.
audio down just a wee bit. Makiko, yours is perfect. Steve,
You're cantaloupe.
hey,
You're cantaloupe.
Kenji, take yours down a wee bit, please. Actually, we're having the opposite problem with you now, other than what we've had in the past. We normally, it's strange. We normally have problems
How
having
about
to turn things
now?
up. That's much better.
How
Yeah,
about you're cantaloupe.
you're
Cantaloupe.
you're still redlining a little bit, so maybe pull it back a tiny bit. Steve, I know you were gonna go get a headset. How are you doing?
Hang on.
All right. Steve must be still working on stuff. So I wanted to quickly show you a few things that I have done to try and get you guys ready for this week. I've done some fixing of some of your game interactions. So I'm going to put this what I'm talking about. And for example, I do believe all of your spells do now work there, Mr. Damien. I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to quickly throw you in this owlbear, I was going to say bugbear, owlbear into combat together. In fact, I'll do it for all of you just to kind of show you the way this works. Here we go. Come on now. Get everybody. There we are. And it should fix the automation. A lot of the problems we were having last week where spells were not being calculated correctly, AC was not being calculated correctly. Just sit back and kind of watch while I show you guys what this does. You guys don't need to run your characters, because I want to make sure we're not accidentally using up any spells or any time on the clock relative to your capabilities. So, for example, Ruger, you'll notice now that your AC is correct, your hit points are correct. Your weapons that are magical should reflect that, as does your dwarven chainmail. Not everything in the old rule set has been able to be modified and moved forward with the new rule set, so we may still run into a few problems. If you see it, let me know. We will manually do adjustments on the fly. We may have to do that a few times today to get things kind of right. All right? Makes sense?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Is it coming through the headset or is it through the computer stuff?
I think you're still coming through your computer, but
Oh, shoot.
maybe try your phone. Do you have Discord on your phone?
Maybe.
The only reason I'm concerned, Steve, is that sometimes, especially in the recordings of the sessions, you can't be understood. It's very, very tinny and very flat. And if you don't mind, I don't mind. I just want to make sure that we're not losing anything that you're saying, both in the recording so that everybody knows what you said, and also so that we're making sure you're getting your just kind of turn at the table, as it were. So for example here, if I go ahead and do an attack with your spell, you should see now that does actually fire, and you'll notice it didn't actually hit, it went off to the side. That should happen automatically with your firebolt. There are a few spells like that that'll work nicely automatically. There's a few that won't. And hopefully over the next week I can extend. They're going to give us the ability to let you guys go in, modify your characters, and add a lot of these special capabilities as well. For example, Kenji, on yours, you've got a lot of, you've got your Eldritch Blast, which we gave you as kind of like a special one-off for your character.
Right.
But the spell does still work, and it does produce some very nice special effects, as you can see there. Boom, and you managed to hit the owlbear. And if we were running this with the game unpaused, it should produce some very nice special effects. And your chromatic orbs, same thing. As we go and cast those, and we attack with those, you should see some very interesting things happening there. That was the fireball effect. Angelina and Elrin, your spells for healing, as you know, already do have a lot of cool special effects already turned on to them. But we've also turned them on for things like Sacred Flame and some of the other more snazzy things that you guys have going on. For example, you guys were both running Spiritual Guardian, and Spiritual Guardian produces some very nice special effects, as you saw before. Not all of them are enabled at the moment, but the ones that are there, please enjoy. For example, things like, hold on a second here, I'm targeting the wrong person. Things like Sacred Flame. You can see now that one automatically applied the damage, but there was no special effect with that one. There's a few things that are going to be happening like that over the course of the day. If you find them, let me know, and we'll do our best to try to fix them in the future. Some of them will look really cool, some of them not so much. For example, Toll of the Dead here. Let's see. There we go. That one's got a nice little effect going on with it there. So some of them work, some of them don't. And if they don't, we'll do our best to try and accommodate these later on. Okay, guys?
Yep.
All right. So to quickly bring you guys up to speed with where you were, if you don't remember from last week, we were deep in the bowels of Axeholm. You guys had come in through the roof, finding that the front door had been essentially rendered impassable due to the sturdy dwarven construction. You guys have been haunting your way through, literally, trying to find your way to the ring, which Ruger was able to use a spell to detect where it was in the old military facility at the time. Sadly, unfortunately, you didn't have a direct path from where you were standing to where it was. You had to go down one level, and you've been literally fighting your way through the bottom layer of this old facility, trying to make your way over to where your last known perception of where that element is, that ring is, inside of the dungeon relative to where you guys are standing. A little bit more to remind you about what Axeholm was. Axeholm was the military kind of standoff place for Phandalin. Think of it like the Helm's Deep to the Horse Lord's main home. It's the place to fall back to. It's the place to use as your military staging point. There was also a large garrison there that could be called upon to protect the city. And when Phandalin fell, in the onslaught that eventually led to the destruction and I guess overtaking of the Wave Echo Cave, they had actually called. Phandalin actually called to Axeholm, and unfortunately, no one heard the call because it had already fallen. And in fact, when the city was overrun, many of the nobles and women were taken to Axeholm and tortured to death, sadly, in an effort to understand where the location was of Wave Echo Cave so that they would have an easier time of being able to penetrate its defenses and take over the forge without having to fire a shot. One other thing to remind you, you've already run into a number of undead as you've made your way around inside of this facility. It's not been an easy walkthrough. However, you guys have done extremely well inside of your combat. You've been very, very lucky. but Ruger is still dealing with the sensory overload that his divine sense gave him relative to things like the undead and fiends. He did pick up a sense of both of them inside this facility, and the stench of the undead is quite literally overloading his senses. If you were trying to eat right now, Ruger, you'd have a very, very difficult time of it because your stomach would probably be up in knots. But you also did detect the faint traces of fiend while you were doing your divine sense as well. And occasionally that sense of fiend gets stronger and weaker as you're making your way through the facility. You guys just finished a battle in a hallway leading off of the, I guess you would call it a muster room, where because this was a military facility, it was a large room where if the garrison was preparing to go out and meet an enemy, this is where they would have mustered ranks before they went out through the front entranceway out into the plains, and then eventually tracking down the enemy and doing battle with them. You guys had fought your way down through a couple of doorways, corridors. You found a number of different rooms, nothing terribly of interest, unfortunately. You did find the bathroom, which was, just for reference, if you need. You do know where that is. But nothing really terribly of value, at least not to this point. But you have found a lot of undead and a lot of spiders, neither of which have been overly happy to see you, which you could probably well imagine. So any questions before we proceed to the rest of our battle for today?
Before this battle, I thought I had attuned my weapon when we spent the night last. I was going to speak to Damien of Dravagard to get it attuned, but did that not happen?
So could you repeat that, Steve? Because I could barely hear you.
I thought I had tuned my weapon the last night we spent when I was talking to Damon back at the ranch, back at the inn.
Yeah, you're talking about the Dragon Sword, right? The Dragon Slayer?
Right.
Yeah, the Dragon Slayer sword is attuned to you.
Oh, okay.
Yep, if you take a
Very
look at
good.
the icon, hover over that little starburst icon next to the name. I think it shows this way on your sheet. If you hover over that, it will show that it is attuned. If it was red, it would be an indication that it is not yet attuned to you, which means you would not be able to take full advantage of that ability yet.
Very good.
All right. So
Hey, by the way, Dad, I'm looking at the Twitch stream again, and apparently it is still set to followers only chat, which means only people who have followed you for 3 months can make comments.
okay,
I mean,
let me check.
it's up to you. It's if you want to keep it that way or not. But
I will turn that off. There we go. Now anyone can. Thanks for letting me know.
thank you.
All right. And if anybody comes on, hopefully we see some chatting taking place. That would be nice. That would be.
You have it set to now. You have it set to emote only.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. There we go.
I mean, it's up to you. You don't have to.
No.
Yeah, there we go. Haha! Now it's all good.
Yeah, I am learning, and I apologize, but I'm doing my best. So, all right, folks, I'm going to bring us all back then into Axeholm. So here we go as we continue into the battles deep within the underbelly of Axeholm. All right. Does everybody see their characters?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. Yep.
All right. So you guys are all standing in the doorway of the room you decided to go into. So just to quickly remind you, you guys had come in through this doorway over here. Up in this direction is the portcullis that you had found that was too heavy for you guys to move, and the heavy iron door that was beyond that you could see when you guys got down and took a look down further down the hallway. You guys have seen the other side of this door as you were coming down through the map, looking at the various bits that were going on inside of, how do I put this, looking through the arrow slits in the different areas. So that's kind of what you guys were seeing. So if you guys have any problems with anything, if anything's not moving the way it's supposed to, let me know and we will deal with that. Otherwise, I am about to go and unpause the game. And I will warn our 2 clerics. Those 2 spells that you guys launched last about an hour, which you guys are quickly coming up on the kind of limits of here. So in a little bit, don't be surprised if you kind of find yourselves in the situation where you are kind of running, where those spells might drop on you at a slightly inopportune time. So be prepared to have to recast those, just in all fairness, to let you guys know that that's what's going on. Okay?
Alrighty.
All right. So the door had opened earlier on, and Elrin and Angelina found themselves face to face with a stack of ghouls, which you very, very quickly and very easily dispatched. Most of them kind of impaled themselves and killed themselves by running headlong into your spiritual guardians, which you see still floating about you. What would the party like to do next?
Weren't we trying to find where Ruger's vision was coming from, which was like southeast?
That is correct. So the direction you guys were trying to head was down more or less in this direction.
All right. Well, then I say that we open that door. How does everybody else feel?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh wait, let's have Cauldron listen.
Pause though, right? The game paused the right. Oh, never mind.
There we go. Yeah, it
See,
was paused.
We should have Cauldron listen.
Yeah.
All right. So Cauldron listens at the door. The door is actually open, but let's have her go ahead and take a quick listen here.
Yeah, did you mean the next door?
Yeah, I meant the door beyond that south door.
Okay. So she walks in through this door. Let me get a little closer because there's a lot of tokens there.
How many times are we gonna open and close the door?
I am trying to move her icon. And as she's walking in, she notices those same familiar, similar kinds of arrow slit openings that exist on either side of the door. So this particular hallway, it appears to have had some degree of protection. It's obviously a little bit important, but you see those big, nasty ballista type weapons sitting on the other side of the doorway as you go in. Cauldron goes and puts her ears to the door, pulls out her thieves' tools, and tries to take a listen here. She gets her ear up to the door really, really good. She listens down. Oh, that was a private roll. I will make this visible so you guys can see this. I'll change that for when I'm rolling with her. Pardon me. You guys should see now that she actually she rolled quite well, as a matter of fact. There we go. There's her skill check, so you guys can see that in the Twitch stream. You guys are following this a little bit later on. Let me quickly do something here too.
For some reason, all the characters are in black and white.
Yes, and there's a reason for that. Because, and I'm glad you guys were asking, because this is one of the things I was struggling with last week. As you recall, I kept getting frustrated because you guys were seeing things you were not supposed to see. And that is essentially this, that you guys were not supposed to see. You guys were not supposed to see certain things that were off the screen. And there was some problems with the vision that people were having, or things that they were seeing they weren't supposed to see. and it's just a weird little byproduct of this particular map, where unfortunately things are visible that should not be visible, and for me as the game master, it keeps me on my toes and forces me to do a lot of stuff in the background, which you guys hopefully aren't seeing, but you probably are seeing little bits and pieces of it. Unfortunately, it's just, you know, there's only so much I can do, and it's just the nature of the beast, as they say. So I will do my best to try and keep it a surprise, as they say. All right, let me just quickly zoom back here and see if we see things correctly. It's correct-ish. All right, correct-ish. That's what we got. So we'll do our best. So like I said, Cauldron puts her ear to the door, and the door itself appears not to be trapped in any way, shape, or form. But she also notices, as she's examining the door, this door looks like it's opened recently. So it would appear that something has come in and out. The dust around the axes of the two doors where they would swing, and they swing inward, it appears that the dust at the bottom of the door is a little disturbed. And there are no footprints, mind you, but it does appear that the door itself has disturbed the rather prodigious amount of dust that exists on the floor. Now, I will also say, you guys have been walking around. You know there are ghouls walking around here. You know there are other creatures walking around. You have seen trails in the dust. So this is not completely uncalled for, but for a door that appears to be closed, at least that's kind of unusual compared to the other doors. That being the case, Cauldron is keeping her daggers very close at hand, and she's got her dagger of venom prepared, as well as her +1 dagger just in case. So she's got those close to access should she need those. She relays what she sees around the door. She notices this one shows a lot more activity than the other doorways you guys have seen in the past. How would the party like to proceed? By the way, you guys have control of your characters. If you want, you can move them into the room. Druger, obviously being concerned about the health and security of everybody else involved, he moves himself in to get into a ready position next to Cauldron in the room. So he's picking up on her left flank. Ruger's directly behind her. Damien, you're still inside the room if you want to move yourself in, or do you want to stay behind the two clerics as you have been maintaining yourself thus far?
You know what? I will maintain myself with the clerics thus far. Also, I'm going to have to ask you to move me, if that would be fantastic.
Oh, sure, no problem.
Yeah, I feel like, but I just feel like, I mean, what is there any advantage to not be with the clerics? Like, I feel like, because the clerics are clerics, right? They're healers. They're not really meant for going toe to toe, right?
Correct. They are not
fighters.
They're not good at combat. They're not solo battlers or anything like that. So
yeah,
let's move the two clerics in behind.
Yeah, if that's the case, then I will go with you. Yeah. If that's the case, then I'll stick with the fighters and the clerics, because like that's not gonna. It's not gonna be enough. You know.
All right.
Like.
So we'll bring you in on the rear here. That may be a little hard to bring you in from that position. Let's put you in here so you're not quite so hard to bring in, just in case. And now we've got everybody in there now. So everyone's inside the room. You notice that the room here, compared to the room you were just in, there seems to be a little bit more finery on the walls here. There's been a little bit more carving. There's depictions of military formations. It's all dwarven. There's nothing written. There's nothing for you guys to be able to read. But you look at the sides, there's been some serious carving taking place here compared to more of the kind of plain nature, which is unusual for dwarves in anything but a military context, you notice that this hallway's got a little bit more pomp and circumstance to it. So maybe you guys, Druger goes, we might be getting closer to where the leadership of this facility would normally have been holding their offices. You normally don't see this kind of stuff sitting in the hallways where just the regular soldiers are going to be walking by. No one's going to go and waste good chiseling time on things that are going to be for a normal slugger like me.
Did Cauldron check for traps at the door?
She did. There were no traps, but she did notice that the door appeared to be unlocked at first blush, but as she tried to open it, the door was actually barred from the inside. Now she's going to try and work her thieves' tools in there to see if she can't jerry-rig or jimmy whatever's barring the door out from the other side. So she's going to go and make a roll here using her thieves' tools to try and undo that. She does have expertise.
I hope so. Otherwise, it's going to be a really quick adventure.
Yeah.
Well, if she couldn't, you always could try breaking the door down. But fortunately,
Yeah, I was kidding.
the only problem with breaking doors down, well, breaking doors down tends to attract an awful lot of attention. You see her slide one of the metal blades up inside, you see her wiggling it around, and all of a sudden there's a loud click as whatever was barring the door on the inside slides out of the way. She looks back at you with a piece of cake look on her face, and now the door is unlocked. So, that having been said, Cauldron looks at you guys and says, we have to push the doors open, so we're going to have to step into the room.
Okay.
So, Cauldron's expecting Druger and Ruger to have her back, per usual. And so she pops the door open. And as she pops the door open, what you guys see is a rather unusual room compared to the other things you've been seeing recently. The room itself is quite large. And let me clear the room for you so you guys can see that. I do have a little thing barring that because we were having some problems with that door. So, being as stealthy as she possibly can, Cauldron takes a quick step inside the door. She looks around and the room appears to be empty. So she kind of gives you guys the high sign and walks in. She's looking for traps the entire time, as I know both Ruger and Druger will be. Druger comes in and flanks her on the left. Oops, I just closed the door. Flanks her on the left. And Ruger, I see you flanking her on the right.
Well, let's get the clerics in here.
All right.
I mean,
Right. So Cauldron takes one more step forward. All
wait,
right.
where am I? Did you already move me? Oh, here I am. Sorry, it was
Yep, you're
it was
right
dog.
Yep.
Could not see.
And I'll move in Damien because Damien's asking me to move him. He moves in the rear behind everybody so that he is in the room. The room you guys walk into, so Druger was absolutely correct here. So keep yourselves still here until I explain what you guys are looking at. This room almost looks not just regal, but downright posh. It's clearly meant for political purposes. You walk in this, so first and foremost, Ruger, your divine sense is off the charts. It's a 12 on a scale of 1 to 10. The stench of death and the undead in this room is almost gagging you, and it's quite literally coming from every single direction. The room itself is rather lovely. It's been chiseled out of limestone. There are depictions of heroes, political leaders, great battles chiseled into the walls, and in typical dwarven fashion, everything not only has amazing clear purpose, it looks gorgeous. everything from the large vaulted fireplace on the far left-hand side of the room to the pillars that make up the majority of the room itself. And directly across from you folk, there is a raised dais. And as you look and you get a little bit of a closer observation on it, you notice over here in the south, in this little alcove that you see down here, that there's actually a large stone throne sitting on that dais. And as you start to get a clearer view of the room, as you walk in and your eyes get used to the non-light, because you guys are all using dark vision at this point to be able to see what's going on, you notice that there is a figure of a dwarf, very large for a dwarf, and it appears that he has been impaled through the chest with a large spear anchoring him to that throne. And in fact, as you walk in and you get a closer look at what's happening inside of the room, particularly you, Druger, you start to notice that there are a lot of things that are a little bit suspicious. As you walk in and you turn your paladin gaze in the direction of the throne, a slight greenish glow in hue, first perceptible to you, becomes perceptible to everyone, emanating from the figure that is impaled upon the dais itself. And you can detect that that creature is undead.
It's undead and impaled on the throne?
Undead and impaled.
Wow.
Dang it, I was gonna have an idea to maybe like speak to the dead, but if he's undead then it doesn't work, right?
You have to kill my understanding of the way that spell works, and it's open to
Oh, what?
interpretation, is you need to kill the undead, and then you can speak with the dead, because now he's actually dead.
Oh, okay. I think Elren might actually have that one. It might not actually be me.
She does, actually. That is a spell
Well,
in her repertoire.
What do you guys think? Like, would it be worth talking to this guy, or maybe not?
It probably would be.
Okay.
The best question is how to kill it first. Maybe a turn undead might destroy it.
I mean, he's not doing anything right now, though, right? He's just because he's impaled into the throne.
Right, he's he's just sitting there.
Right. But if we can't talk to him until he's no longer undead, then
Right.
we're going to have to destroy him in order to talk to him.
Okay.
That's my understanding. I'm not quite sure about that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I have. I think I only have that spell when I'm Ravina, I think.
That may very well be the case.
Yeah, because I can't see it. So I think it's.
Such is the challenges of being a split personality.
I know. But I think Elren has it, right?
Elren does, but she does not have it ready, if I'm not mistaken. Elren does. Elren does have that spell
Yeah.
ready. So if you do dispatch this creature, you would be able to talk with him using that spell, provided it was successful.
Okay, well, there's always that then.
Mm-hmm.
So Cauldron, being the thief that she is, and knowing that where there's thrones, there's frequently jewels, takes a very stealthy walk up towards the throne and starts observing what she can see. And The throne itself, sadly, is quite plain, which to her disappointment, as she would love to have found more jewels and more rubies to be able to go and take off of the dead. But she does recognize that the hammer that the gentleman is holding in both hands doesn't look to be like the kind of thing you would actually use in battle. It looks to be quite ceremonial, and she's not sure, but from where she's standing, she's pretty sure that there's a lot of silver in that. And that silver could be kind of worthwhile. It may not be useful as a weapon, but it might be worth it in terms of treasure.
Right. Well, before we take it, maybe we should have the clerics move forward. So, if he decides to manifest himself in some other manner, maybe the spirit guardians will help us out.
So the clerics can probably take about another 5-foot step close. If they go any closer than that, he will be in the spheres, and will whether he's benign or malevolent, it won't matter. He will start taking damage, and you will find yourselves in combat. But in his present state, he is docile, or at the very least, he's immobile. He's not animated in any way, shape, or form, but he is emanating undead energy.
Druger, do you want to speak to him and see if he will talk to us without being destroyed?
Druger looks over and he goes, "Do I look like a cleric to you? I'm not even a religious man. Hey, you two, you're the ones that talk to the dead, don't you? Why don't you go over there and earn your keep? You want his head bashed in? Give me a call." That was to the two clerics, by the way, who are now very quiet.
Right.
Okay. Sorry,
So,
Doctor, do you want to do it?
I guess I'll address the figure on the dice and just, with a general dwarven greeting and, we wish to speak to you. Will you talk to us?
All right. So, do me a favor. Roll a charisma roll. Because you are now no longer dwarven. You are Osmir. So you are celestial. Which, obviously, with him being undead, you're not exactly the best bedfellows. But let's see what happens. Give me a roll and then tell me what you get. You want to roll high here. 14. So you start to speak, and as you speak to him, you see his head rise up, and he looks over at you, and he just kind of exhales, and then puts his head back down on his chest.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, how badly do you guys want to converse with him, or shall we just move on and skip the whole battle and all that?
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be leaping to fight.
Well, he's really not opposed to us. He's opposed to the people that killed him.
Right.
Yeah. Let's go. Should we go east?
Yeah, we can.
There's a door on the west.
Which way did my sense tell me the object was, Kevin? Because I think my idea of east is to the right as I'm looking at it, but sometimes we have said it's to the east and then you've indicated to the left.
Correct. So, based on where you think it was, it's directly... You don't know how far necessarily it was. It was literally in the direction from your point of origin to where you're standing. kind of
So
felt
it's in
like
the
it
term?
should be in
Southwest.
this general direction, but a little higher than you.
Right, so we need to go upstairs. What's in the right lower corner? Are those steps?
So what you see over here is a set of stairs going up. Right here is a fireplace, and over here is a door, and a door.
So do you guys want to take the stairs up? Because we need to go up to get to the key. Or do you want to take door number 2?
I thought it was a ring.
Yes.
Are we sure that the dwarf isn't
It's a ring.
wearing it?
I guess we could look at his hands.
Yeah, is the dwarf wearing the ring?
Do we need to
Is
get
the
closer to
dwarf-
look?
Ah, interesting question. So, if you take another step, you will engulf him in your zone. So you will probably want to send one of the other characters up there to take a look. With I think probably Cauldron having the best perception rolls, but you know there are other skills that matter here.
Yeah, you don't want to send me for perception. Let's send Cauldron, and if something explodes, hopefully she can jump away.
Well, she's in the zone, so.
All right. So Cauldron walks up and starts to check him out. Let me get a nice little perception roll here. I'm just trying to see if there was something else that would be more appropriate, but no, I do think that would be the best thing to do.
Hey, not too bad.
She rolls a 14. So from there, she kind of looks back and says, "He's wearing a ring."
I knew it!
We go.
So if we take the ring, we're probably going to wake him up.
Hmm.
And then we're going to kill him, and then we can ask him questions.
Great.
It's kind
So
of
we
like,
gotta
Alright, it's inevitable.
Well, that's what we paladins do. We put down undead. So that's kind of why I'm here.
it is kind of on the job description, to be perfectly honest with you.
So,
Alrighty,
yeah.
do we want to does Cauldron want to try because she
Well-
is the most.
So Cauldron goes, "Look, I can try and get it off his hands. I mean, pickpocketing, stealing rings. Come on, that's what I do."
Yes,
Okay.
that's
Junior,
in
get
your
up
job
here.
description.
Right. Clerics, get ready to take a step forward and engulf him in spirits.
All right.
Alrighty, I'm ready when you are.
Okay. Let's
we
get the
go.
other
Now
fighters
this-
up front.
Now this is not going to be easy. This is a very high skill rating, and now that Cauldron's not here, I'll tell you exactly what it's going to take. She's going to need to roll a 20. But she has very good sleight of hand because she is a pickpocket. So let's see what she gets here.
She is a pickpocket.
She is a pickpocket. Okay.
Keep your valuables safe.
Yes, keep your wallet close at hand. She needs to beat a 20. She rolls
Oh my God.
a 13. So as she starts to try
Oh,
and pull the ring off, it catches on his bony hand. The bone snaps off in her hand.
Oh my.
So she got a ring and a finger.
Yes.
Lucky.
Ooh.
And that's when it happens.
Oh, here we go.
Do I take a step forward?
He looks up at you and screams the word "Run!"
Run? You were
Yes.
cutting out.
And as
Okay.
and as you guys say that, as he says that to you, this appears directly behind him.
What is that? Oh my God, what is that?
Sorry, sweetheart.
What
you
is
gotta
that?
You gotta go back a step.
Sorry.
You need to wait because you've now been surprised by the rather large, rather angry Banshee that has appeared directly above the undead dwarf and our good friend Cauldron. She targets Cauldron. By the way, Damien, you have not been surprised. You saw her starting to materialize, and you were able to very quickly whip out both of your swords to get ready here, to get prepared to do battle with whatever this thing is. But you
Hells
didn't,
yeah.
but because it happened so quickly, you really didn't get a chance to specifically warn them that it was happening. But unfortunately, for our good friend here, Cauldron, Abagail not only has initiative advantage over her, she also has surprise for this round.
Wait, are we rolling for initiative?
Not yet. You
Okay.
guys will next round.
Okay, because we saw.
But do
we
I
saw
have to worry
Abigail's-
about that though?
Kenji, if you want to go ahead, I'll include you as a combatant. In fact, let's go ahead. I'm going to add everybody in. Everybody go ahead
okay.
and give me a roll, and let me know where you guys are. But you guys have been surprised for this round.
Wait, which roll though? Sorry, what am I rolling?
Initiative.
Including me?
Initiative.
Yes.
Even
Wait,
Ken-
initiative.
okay.
Oh, sorry, I didn't. Sorry, I did not have that open.
How did I roll so
Oh
poorly?
no!
Oh, never mind. She's worse.
Well, glad I got the one out of the way.
Yes. Good time to get that out of the way. So Kenji, can you roll for Damien right now, or do you need me to roll too?
I need you to roll for me.
Okay, all right. So Damien, even with your bonus, you're still not the fastest draw, although you were not surprised. So you may be able to do something before the end of this round. In fact, you will be in just a moment. So the very first thing that happens is, let me see here, what does she want to do to you guys, because it's so much fun to do all these things. Let's see. All right, because she has manifested in such a glorious way, the first thing I need everyone to do is to give me a saving throw versus your wisdom. Let's start there. So we're gonna make this, we're gonna do this as a full-on combat. This is a saving throw, not an ability check. No bonuses, folks. You need to be a 13. All right, Elrin, I am. Let's see, Damien. Okay, Cauldron. Her saving throw was a 13. Ruger, yours was a 21. The two of you are not terrified. Everybody else, please give me a saving throw, please. On your wisdom. Click on your wisdom icon. Go to saving throw. Roll a d20.
Is there a disadvantage or advantage or no?
This is just normal. Although technically you guys could be at disadvantage, but not for this kind of saving throw. So, Angelina. Let me see. I also have to do this for Damien.
I am not having good rolls today.
Nope, not a good day for you.
You want me to roll for Drugger?
Oh. Yeah, why don't you go ahead and roll?
Okay, not that bad.
All right.
Okay.
So,
Ooh.
So, unfortunately, Angelina, you need to give me a concentration roll. I need you to roll for concentration. You need to roll using your wisdom again. You need to be able to roll at least a 14.
On my wisdom, is the saving throw or ability check?
This would be an ability check.
And normal.
Correct.
Alrighty. Oh god.
Okay, so...
Oh god.
Alright, so that wonderful spell you've been using...
No.
Yep, it goes away. So
No.
unfortunately, as of right now, that is no longer running on you. The spell drops as you begin to quake at the knees. The sight of this unholy visage popping up above you and floating above all of you has sent Damien, Druger, and Angelina have dropped to their knees in absolute terror, and you will be in a frightened state for the next 1 minute, which is...
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just... Where's Ravina when you need her? Jeez.
Exactly. So hold that thought, by the way, because that could end up happening if anything physically happens to her. But what ends up happening with our good friend at the front of the room is corrupt. She gets... Abagail quickly reaches out to touch her. And because she is surprised, she has advantage. And she manages to hit and does damage against our good friend with the touch. Now, unfortunately, because of this, you see the Banshee reach out and grab both of the hands of Cauldron as she was standing there taking the ring off of the now decorporealized finger of the creature that is been impaled on the throne. And as she grabs her, you see Cauldron scream in pain as smoke and rot begin to form on the wrists where she was touched. And then the creature then whooshes straight up through the ceiling and vanishes.
Wait, she left?
What the hell?
You can't... What?
She just scares us and then leaves, so we're just there for a minute, just scared.
She really said
Correct.
boo, and then you left.
Well, what the shit? Why?
I'll ready to get up here. I pulled Cauldron down a step. And I think I'm going to try to... Can't really... I guess I can heal necrotic damage. Is there a lingering disease condition?
No. Fortunately, it was just using the corrupting touch, which is the touch of death that causes the flesh to immediately begin to rot. But she let go of her and then floated up through the ceiling.
I have a bunch of potions if you don't want to use your spells, Ruger.
Yeah, I mean, I could lay it on hands, but this might be a good situation for a potion.
Okay.
'Cause
I have too many for some reason. I don't know
Okay,
why.
I'm gonna move.
Oops.
Wow!
Yep, sorry, that wasn't supposed to happen. Don't worry about
You
it.
can.
Ignore that. Ignore
I'll
that.
move Cauldron closer to you guys, like
All right.
in the middle of the room.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a step back from the dice and check on everybody else. I don't think I have anything that will unterrorize you guys at the moment.
Oh.
Like I have protection spells for those kinds of things, but
Well, there
let me
is
check.
there are ways to remove that condition. The question is, does this party have the rights? Does the party know how to do that? Are you guys familiar enough with what you guys can do in order for that to happen? Do you guys know how to remove the feared condition?
Oh, wait. I have one. Wait.
Yeah,
It's,
the cleric should have one.
Now, do bear in mind that it only lasts for 1 minute. So if you guys can wait 60 seconds, that spell will be gone.
Yeah, I don't have the spell ready. I have one called Calm Emotions, but it's not.
Yeah, well, something tells me that in this minute, something's gonna freaking come out of the walls again.
So you guys have been struck with a hit and run tactic. Cauldron has been injured, fortunately not tremendously. not tremendously, so that's kind of good news. But, yeah, you unfortunately now have several of your party members are lying on the floor in less than stellar conditions at the moment.
So basically, we'd have to wait like 5 more rounds for the fear to wear off, or Elrin might be able to try a spell, but I don't have anything that'll help us.
All right.
I don't have anything ready.
Yeah, neither do I.
So, Angelina, you can't do anything anyways. You're terrified.
I know, I just said that.
Yep, you're curled up in a ball on the floor. Damien, you're sitting there trembling, which is very uncomfortable for you because you've been trained for this sort of thing, and it really ticks you off that that's happening. And Druger is sucking his thumb and muttering something about mummy on the floor as he's basically got his battle axe curled up into his chest and he's sitting there trembling like a leaf. But
so the only ones not scared are Ruger and Elrin?
That is correct.
Okay.
Calder's not scared, she's injured.
But unfortunately, Elrin, you can start to feel it's only going to be a matter of a few moments before your Spirit Guardian spell fails on its own just for running out of duration.
Yeah. Elrin, can you move forward so that your spell encompasses whatever's on the dice?
Yep.
Okay, do me a favor. Before you do that, go back to where you were standing. I need you to roll. Do you have anything related to like religion or related to Arcana?
Yep.
Okay, you have religion. So go ahead and give me a religion check, please. Okay.
Ha!
You recognize that the entity on the throne is undead, but is actually cursed. It does not want to be there. And you also recognize that it still possesses a good soul because it tried to warn you.
True.
You recognize that it tried to... It yelled, "Run," as you walked up to the dais. And you're fairly certain that it has something to do with the rod sticking through his chest.
Should I attempt to pull it out?
Well, you would have to walk into him and then put him in your sphere. If you want to do that, you absolutely can.
Hold on. Well, can she? Well, hold on. Does anybody else in the party know about this, or are we like unprivy to this? Because I feel like when it comes to banshees, my character, technically speaking, would have
still
more
scared.
on that.
You're on the floor.
You're trying not to pee yourself right now.
Right. Oh,
I think if anything, Ruger might. If Ruger's also sharing this information with her.
So you two guys can talk about this. Ruger, you're being celestial. And you're through your divine sense, he's coming off as undead, but now that the Banshee is out of the room, it's undead without malevolence.
Right.
I have removed curse, but it's not prepared.
Well, that sucks.
Can I take a nap? Like
for 8 hours? In a dungeon crawling with ghouls. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure we want to take a nap right now. But I think bathrooms are back 2 doors down the left for those about to pee. And I think Elrin should just destroy the undead and release him from his first state that way, but not touch the rod going through his chest.
So what, like turn undead?
You could do that, or you could try your spirit guardians.
But I feel like he might have info.
Well, once he's destroyed, we can still speak to the corpse.
Oh,
So once you guys are back to normal, and Elrin has destroyed the spirit guardian, then you can make contact with them. They're gone.
Your spell just dropped.
Well, I still have turn undead, so I'm going to use that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try to banish whatever's there. Like destroy it.
Do I target anything?
The body.
You can target the guy sitting in the chair. There at the center of the dais.
This one, right?
Correct. There's a person sitting there.
I can't select him as a character.
I see. So what
if there's someone sitting at the dais, who's roasting him? Anyways.
Nice.
So
anyways.
You should just have an area of effect spell.
That's actually funny. I like that. Sorry. I don't know why I did, but I found that very funny.
So who am I targeting?
So, the entity that's here, you start trying to target him, and you find that you can't. As you try to focus your spiritual energy towards him to begin the banishment process, you find that you can't nail him, because yes, he's undead, but there's some sort of weird curse thing going on here that's preventing you from being able to engage him corporeally that way. He's physically there, as you can see, because Cauldron was able to touch him and try and steal the signet ring, but spiritually, he's not really there.
Okay, while she's investigating the corpse, I want to look at the ring and the finger real quick. Does it match the ring that I saw in my vision?
It does not. As you look at the ring, and by the way, while you guys are doing this, everyone else now, your condition has started to fade as everyone stops being terrified. So you guys start to return to normal, and Druger's like, "Oh, I've tripped here. It's very uneven on this part of stone. Happens a lot in these old limestone places." And of course, everyone looks at him like he's completely full of it.
It's okay. It's a magical kind of fear.
It's
not your fault.
Fear. It's not fear. It just caught me by surprise is all.
Okay.
So, as you guys start to rise up, Cauldron looks back up at the dais, and you and Ruger, because they're both in close proximity to whatever this is, the creature raises its head and starts to try and speak once again. It's having a very difficult time, as it's clearly decrepit. It's been there for hundreds of years. And it says, "Release. Release."
Trying.
Probably a really bad idea. Do you want to hear it?
Cauldron's like, "Why not? I almost lost my head."
Yeah, somebody could pull the rod out and it might release that person from whatever they're stuck in. I just don't know what's going to happen to the person holding them, and the Banshee will probably come back.
Almost betting that the Banshee will come back, but at least this time I feel like we're all kind of anticipating the Banshee coming, so we won't get surprised.
Yeah, but it's going to hurt.
What if?
And hold on. I actually want to know, because my character has understanding in hunting banshees and stuff, at least as far as how I've understood my character, he does. Dad, can I do like a knowledge check or something like that?
You absolutely can. Give me an Arcana roll.
Dad, can you give me an Arcana roll?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I didn't hear you there.
Makiko, you're like inaudible.
I don't know how far away you are from your computer, but you're far.
No, I'm right by it. Can you hear me now?
Now we can.
Okay, I was gonna suggest that whoever is going to be pulling the rod should probably have some kind of protection on them before they do so.
Oh, do you have a protection spell?
Like a protection from good or evil?
I believe I
plus?
do. Yeah, I hope I do, because then this would be a really stupid suggestion.
Well, I may have it. Let me check.
I think Elrin also might. Oh, I only have Shield of Faith, so.
You have what?
Shield of Faith.
Oh, okay. What's that do?
And I also have protection from poison. Shield of Faith is
Oh, Shield of Faith. Yeah. Sorry. Couldn't hear.
You're good. And then I also have like protection from poison.
Wait, I have protection from evil and good.
Oh, see, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we
I
know
do
who's
too.
going to be pulling the rod? Should it be Damien, since he does have some form of knowledge of banshees more than us?
Well, he has. He's the Arcana specialist. When it comes to, it's kind of a toss-up between. You guys are the experts from a spiritual perspective, religion. Ruger from a what really happens after you die perspective. And Damien from how to deal with people that don't seem to want to go to where that place is when they're supposed to go perspective. So everybody possesses a certain degree of expertise, and Damien, you asked to do a roll against your Arcana, specific to the... Why am I hearing a Cylon warrior in the background?
I thought that might have been you. I wasn't sure.
It's your music.
I don't think so, but anyhow, it's gone now. It sounded more like somebody was playing a board game that used a voice synthesizer. So, your Arcana roll, Damien, when it comes to the Banshee, answering your question about the Banshee, yes, you are aware that this is a problem when it comes to Banshees, because even though she may not necessarily get you by surprise, the odds of you being able to attack her first are completely dependent on where she chooses to manifest. Because she can fly through walls, she can remain invisible, because she's not in this plane of existence. So it's not like it's invisibility, it's that she doesn't exist. And then all of a sudden she's there.
But aren't banshees usually tied to some sort of object?
They are indeed. Funny you would say that.
So maybe that ring that we pulled off, maybe that's got something to do with it. Or maybe it's the rod. Maybe we can do some... That's what I was trying to figure out That's what I was trying to figure out mostly, was which physical object is it that she is tied, that she's bonding to? Is it the ring that we tried to slip, or is it the rod that's stuck inside this chest?
It could be the ring. It could be the throne. You know, it could be something. Now, you guys know that you're looking for a ring. And according to Ruger, because I'm assuming Ruger shared this with you, that's not the ring from his vision.
Right.
So it's unlikely that it's the ring that he was looking for. So if it is a ring, it's not that ring. If it is spear, it could be, but it's more likely that you believe would be related to the thing stuck to the chair.
Yeah. I think someone should just pull the rod with some kind of protection on them.
I mean, Druger has the most hit points, I think, doesn't he?
He also has the highest strength.
Yeah, I go with Druger.
Okay, so to run down the options, if you're talking about the most likely people, you've got Cauldron, who's the most stealthy, but has also had just had her clock cleaned a little bit. You have Druger, who has the highest strength. Not necessarily the best natural defenses against a spiritual attack, but there you go.
Right.
And you've got Damien, who's a specialist in this sort of thing, but is not as strong in any way, shape, or form as Druger. He's no slouch, but he's, Druger's basically a mountain with eyeballs.
Druger would be a good choice, but I've got resistance to necrotic damage.
Yes.
So if I bring back the Banshee, then at least I'm close enough to try and hit her the next turn, and if she does damage to me, at least I'll resist part of it.
Exactly.
So I volunteer.
Now, if the Banshee were to do that corrupting touch again, that's not poison, right? It's like the touch of death, so protection from poison won't do
And
it.
it's necrotic damage.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I think that Ruger's better to go and get it.
Okay, I'm going to cast protection from evil and good on myself.
Okay.
All I'm
Okay.
going to say is if she comes back and for some reason I get frightened, you can cast that spell on me again and it'll improve maybe my saving throws because I may lose concentration on it
Ah,
if I get frightened.
you hear that, Elrond? Because I'm no help here.
Yeah,
Well,
let me drop
before
your
that
current
even happened-
concentration, Ruger, because you did not need that. I'm not sure why it was running on you. But I've taken that condition off of you, so go ahead and target yourself and hit yourself with your spell, sir.
Okay. I wish I brought heroism spell along because you're immune to being frightened.
Before we do that, though, make sure everybody we're all looking in various directions to make sure that that the Banshee doesn't sneak up on us on anything.
Okay.
Because if we don't say that, the Dungeon Master is going to say, well, you didn't say that, so you're just looking ahead.
So you
Yeah.
guys, kind of even in this half-light that you guys are existing in right now, you start noticing that there is a bluish-white glow about your Celestial as he hits himself with protection from good and evil, and as a result, he will have several protections against what he's up against. He can't be charmed, he can't be frightened, he can't be possessed while this spell is in effect, and it lasts for a good 10 minutes, so it's worth having running now, which is good to know. So, Ruger, you walk up and you realize that what you're looking at that has impaled this person through the chest, you go in and you look through the back, and there is an iron spearhead, rusted and decayed and in bad condition, literally come through the back of the throne. It has gone directly through the breastplate and ribs of the creature that you see sitting before you. And you still remember enough of your dwarf, even in your current manifestation, you still remember enough of the dwarven language that you can now start to read some of the runes that are on this throne. Protection, duty, fealty. You start seeing these words carved into the throne itself. And on the creature's breastplate, damaged though it is, you recognize the sigil of Axeholm. It's the mailed fist holding the throwing axe. And it's also, by the way, what you saw on the signet ring that you guys retrieved off of his hand. That's not the one that you saw in your vision. The one that you saw in your vision was definitely a wedding ring.
Okay. So if I hit it from the back, the head of the spear with a warhammer, would it help to pop the other side out?
It may pop it out, or at the very least, it would break off the head of it.
The head, right.
And it doesn't look like it would take much to break it. I mean, not with your War-matic. I mean, your War-matic is pretty beefy. So you go ahead and give me a swing on that thing. You only need to roll a 10 on your attack, and you'll be able to break it. Just, don't do a fumble because you don't want to break the chair, obviously. Go ahead and give me an attack.
Okay, I'm clicking it. Is it rolling?
It should. Let me see here. There you go. You rolled an 18. So you managed to bring the war axe down, slam, right on the back of the blade. It splinters off into a bunch of decayed and rusted metal, and you now believe you'd be able to either pull it through all the way, which would be a little rude because there is still, grips on the spear at the end, or pull it back out from whence it came back in the direction it was originally thrust into this person's chest.
Yeah, I'll pull it back out the way it originally went in.
It comes out surprisingly easy. You don't even really need to do a strength check against it now that you've broken the head of it off, because it's not barbed or any way. It's just a smooth retraction. As you remove it from the person, he looks up at you and slowly stands and bows to you and everyone in the room and says very simply in common speak, but it's very stilted. It's clearly of a very old dialect of common. He just says, "Forgive. Forgive. Must sleep."
Did
Okay.
he just?
He points towards the stairs behind you, and he says, "There she waits." And then
Where is he pointing?
he's pointing
The
in the direction
staircase.
of the stairs.
Okay.
And,
Sorry. No.
and he motions towards the two clerics.
Oh.
Are you there?
Yes. Yes.
What
yes.
am I? What?
Yeah. Okay. He's pointing at us. What's up? Should we move forward? I don't know.
And as he does, the light becomes a little brighter, but it's a pure white light, kind of enhancing the darkish, greenish, unhealthy light you saw earlier on.
Finally, good to get some light in here. Eyes are gonna go bad.
And it begins
Okay,
to kind of
so-
fill. It begins to kind of fill the
Okay.
room.
Ah.
Is he like going to the other side right now? Is that what we're seeing?
Probably.
Well, if you don't talk to him soon, you won't know, will you?
Okay, I'm so sorry. I don't know what to ask him. Who is she that you're referring to? The Banshee?
Yes.
Who is she?
Wife.
Oh my god!
Oh!
God! Okay. Okay.
Tried to protect, we did.
Protect who?
Failed.
The whole story of Boy Back Off the Cave.
Of Phandalin. Too
What?
many, too strong. They came by the thousands.
Who's they?
The followers of the worm. He starts to look a little distressed, mentioning the followers of the worm.
What's the worm?
The dragon.
Oh, okay. Wait,
Why were they there? What do you know why they're there?
it's because of Waybuckle Cave. We've
No, I
been through
know.
this.
Like, no, but like, why are there followers? That's one of the $1 million questions.
Must ask them.
Okay, so he doesn't know. What is your name?
My name is Duron. I was Castilian guardian. We fell to the worms. Beware. They are coming. They know. And with that word, the lights go out, and his body collapses to a pile of broken bones, dust, and rusted and dilapidated and partially destroyed armor. But his last words echo in the hall.
Okay, so Homeboy was a good guy. So I think. How's Cauldron doing? Is she healed at all? Because I think the next step is to go up those stairs, but I don't know what's waiting for us.
Yeah, did Cauldron take her potion?
I don't know if she ever took it from me.
Okay, what potion did you give her? Are you going?
I didn't give it to her. Yeah, I'm giving her potion of healing.
Okay, just a regular old one. Because do you have anything more strong, or are you just giving her?
I have one that says greater.
Greater does significantly more healing.
All right, let's do that because she's down 14 points, right?
That is correct. So let me give.
Should I target her or?
Let me give one of them to her. 1 second here.
Okay. I think I have 3.
You do.
I have a lot of potions.
You do have a lot of potions. Most of them are regular healing potions.
Yeah.
So I will reduce what you have now down to 2 potions.
I'm just trying to limit the amount of spells we're doing because I know that Elrin's already down 2, Ruger's already down, I think 1 or 2, and I'm already down 1. So.
All right. So Cauldron will target herself, and she will use the potion of greater healing. And she heals herself for 14 points of damage and brings herself right back to where she was. So that is a darn good potion. She wipes her mouth off and goes, wow, that was like kind of cool. Kind of cherry flavored, actually.
Alright, so everyone's good now, right?
As good as it seems you can be when you're in a facility full of the undead. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take a 10-minute break.
Whoa.
Alright, folks. I'd like to keep it a little bit less than 10 if we could, so if you don't mind, if you could smoke while you got them here, let me bring that up. Alright. Let's go. Let's try and keep this to about 5 minutes, everyone. Let's just make it a quick bio break, alright?
Alright.
Look.
Alright. Be right back, folks.
Hold on.
Yeah, make sure you're muted on the Discord.
All right, just quickly checking. Is mine coming through clear?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Are we all back?
All right,
Yes, I'm back.
and we are back, folks.
Well, we don't know if Steve is back. We can't just keep barreling forward.
Okay. All right. Incidentally, one of the things I wanted you guys to know, I know that you guys are seeing things in black and white. There is a reason for that, because you guys are all using dark vision. And one of the things about dark vision is you are seeing essentially in low light. So things like color, you can't detect. So if there's something that if there's not a light source to provide the illumination so you can see color, you can't make anything out. For example, you know that there's some sort of an aura right now around Ruger, but by virtue of the fact that there's no light source, now you can just see that it's there. It's shimmering energy, but you can't see the color. Do you guys get the distinction?
Right.
Incidentally, can anybody besides me hear the music?
I can hear it. I just have it turned down.
Okay. I don't know if it's coming through on the stream. I hope it is, because it's cool music, and I'm hoping it's coming through the gameplay window. It'd be disappointing if it's not. Now, judging from what I'm seeing bouncing around on the icons, I think we're hearing it, which is nice. Steve, let us know when you're back, sir.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, cool. All right, great, guys. We are all back. So let's go back into gameplay. Awesome.
Does Cauldron still want to collect that silver thing from the dead guy, or is he just leaving it?
Cauldron does decide that she wants to pick up that large ceremonial item. So she sticks that into her inventory, and she will be taking a closer look at it when she gets to the outside world to see if she can determine what you guys might be able to do with that. Maybe sell it, maybe take it to someone to have it melted down and turned into some other kind of item. But for the time being, she's fine with just sticking it into her backpack and making it available in at another time. Ah, I see what's happening. Okay, cool. All right. So we are back, ladies and gentlemen. In the aftermath, Cauldron has moved on over to check out the entranceway that goes to the stairs. Pulling back a little bit, she kind of looks to the rest of the party to get behind her in the normal positions of support. So Druger goes and pulls up on her left. She takes center, and she expects Ruger to go and pull up over there on the other side. As you guys start going up the staircase itself, Damien pulls up the rear.
Of course, always.
Of course, and we've got Elrin coming in her usual position. She's coming in here to stay in the secondary position there, to be the mini tank as it is, because Tempest clerics pretty handy in a scuffle. All right, so as you guys do, you begin to head up into the next level. You end up going up a winding staircase, and I'll go and move you guys into where you need to go relative to that here in a second. The winding staircase takes you guys back up to the second level, and you find yourselves, let me go back to you find yourselves at the bottom of that landing way. So let me go and get you guys where you need to be. There we go. I need to reset the fog of war, as they call it. So 1 second here. Move the rest of you guys over to join your good friend Damien. Alright, you guys have been copied. And now I can go over here. Uh-oh, where did I drop you? Oh, in a wall. That doesn't help. Let's
a bit.
Yep, that's a little disconcerting. So I put you guys into the right position now. There you are.
We didn't turn the corner very successfully.
Not terribly, no. That was a little awkward, but hey, at least you're there. So we will take what we can get, and we'll be happy with what we had. So, sorry. Yeah. there we go. We find ourselves now at the bottom of the staircase. You guys are fairly certain, you dwarvish types, or former dwarvish types, you're fairly certain that you guys are on the same level that you were in the past when you were up where the spiders were. So you're not exactly positive, but you're pretty sure that you guys are roughly, vaguely in that level. All right.
Right.
Now, as you get to the top of the staircase there, and I'll kind of reorder you guys a wee bit. It would be, I guess we're gonna put Cauldron at the very front.
Yeah, Cauldron and I.
Okay. Put you right next to her. Tempest, you are next to her. And we'll do it like that. There we go. That is your marching order, ladies and germs. Ladies and gentles and jelly spoons. What you can see as you're looking up the hallway, you can see the vague outline of a door at the very end of the hallway there. You can see another staircase going down immediately to your right-hand side, about 15 feet ahead of you, and what appears to be a doorway on the left-hand side, about the same place. The hallways here are a lot more. These are very nice. It's granite, but the granite is. Is that my voice causing that weird effect where it sounds like I'm a Cylon warrior?
I can't hear it.
Okay, it must just be on my own side then. It's very strange.
No, I definitely hear it.
Okay, I'll have to look into that later on and see what's causing that. But yeah, it sounds like I'm, from Battlestar Galactica, circa 1978. So you can see that the floor itself is clean. There's no dust. This floor has been polished almost. You look at the flooring itself. It's the same granite walls, but there's a sheen to it with veins of purple and gray, almost like a silver lightning bolt pattern going across the floor. It's quite, if it wasn't for the fact that you guys were in threat of being killed at any moment by the apparitions that make up the vast majority of this facility, this would almost be beautiful.
It's very nice, but can we go down the hall, Cauldron?
Wow.
Check for traps.
Yes. So
I got a spell that's going to run out in a matter of minutes.
All right. So Cauldron walks up ahead, and she does take a listen down the stairs. She notices that there's a stench coming from the one to the left, and kind of checking out the doorway to the right. She gives it a quick listen to, using her perception rolls and her thieves tools, and she's fairly certain that she cannot hear anything, but it also would appear that door is locked, so she's not going to stop to try and unlock it.
I can't move my character to follow her.
Oh.
I'm not sure why.
Try now.
Okay.
So she goes around the corner, and she's looking down a very long hallway. She steps across the hall, goes up to the door on the kind of the far end there, and she performs the same check against that door. She gives it a look, a listen, and a check for traps. And she's pretty certain that she does not hear anything inside of that room either. Whether or not that is accurate or not is a completely different story. But that's what she thinks she hears. Alright, so I can see that Ruger goes and runs down the hallway, trying to make sure that he does not run out of his spell. And as you guys come around the corner, you see that the hallway does in fact continue all the way down, pretty much the same direction that you saw Cauldron listening to. And as Cauldron begins to walk ahead of you down the wall, hallway, there's a number of different doors that she keeps running up against. She stops to give them a listen. She listens to the door directly here, and she's like, there's something in there. She gives you the high sign, and it's kind of like a hold off moment. She points in there, and she indicates that there's clearly movement going on behind that door. She goes down to the next door, and she goes and puts her ear up against that one. And she can't tell if she can hear anything or not inside of that room. It's a little hard for her to tell, at least at this particular point in time. She's trying to move stealthily down the hallway. Do me a favor. She's doing a fantastic job of being quiet. Ruger, you've been walking along next to her. Would you do me a favor? Give me a stealth roll. You do need to roll with disadvantage because of the armor you're wearing. So please give me a stealth roll.
Yeah, unusual. Not stealthy at all.
Well, we've been caught.
I'm trying to get to that door at the end of the hall.
You try to get the door. So, Cauldron goes, looks at you with like, could you make more noise? By the way,
yeah, I can actually.
So Ruger, as you kind of go down this hallway, everybody else was like waiting around the corner. It's like let the stealthy one go around the corner is kind of like what they were doing. But you decided you were going to go off and I
join. Was going to protect her because I don't know what's behind this empty wall next to us.
But as you get to those, you're looking through the arrow slits down into that mustering room that you guys were in before you walked into that throne room. So everyone else is kind of hanging back over here, and unfortunately Cauldron has gotten a little bit outside of the view area. She gets to the door at the very end of the hall, and she gives this last one a perception roll to check for locks and so forth. And she's pretty sure there's a lot of activity going on behind that door as well. And the one that's directly in front of her, she's pretty sure there's absolutely no activity going on in that room either. But as she starts walking back to you, all of a sudden this door here opens, and as it opens, you guys are greeted by the folks who are now taking residence in that particular area.
Oh,
and, great. You sounded just like Mr. Fantastic there for just, oh good. It was just kind of like that sound as all of a sudden the door opens and outpouring into the hallway come everybody's favorite party time favorites, a bunch of ghouls.
I love ghouls. Come on, ghouls.
You gotta love ghouls. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you know the words we're about to say, and it's not the ones you said last week, Ninako, although they were funny. And probably what I would absolutely be saying under those circumstances. We are talking about rolling for initiative. So I will roll for Damien. Damien, you were not surprised. And by virtue of the fact that you guys did notice that there was an awful lot of that Ruger was walking down, sounding remarkably like a tinker at a swap meet as he was rolling his cart into to do some purchases. Unfortunately, you guys find yourselves right now in some very unsavory company. And now we find ourselves in combat. So, and it will be beginning with our good friend here, Druger Ironshield. He's going to be the first one in combat here. So, Druger goes and targets the first guy in front of him and dashes forward and decides he's actually going to spend one of his points, and he's going to try and get both of these guys with a sweeping slash attack. So he's going to target them both with his sword Hugh. Here we go. He's going to go with Hugh. No one got the joke. No one got the joke. I try so hard. Anyhow, he's using his versatile. He needs to attack first. Sorry. He's attacking. And he hits both. He hits the first ghoul and manages to do versatile damage against them. Oh, with some very, very brutal striking, he manages to hit, but he is going to use one of his abilities. He's going to use his sweeping attack, and he's going to consume that resource. So he is getting lower on his dies. He's got 3 of those left that he can use over the course of today. So be aware that he only has so many of those, but he does have an extra attack. So he is going to go ahead and use that against the second token, which we already did the strike on. So this gentleman that he struck with the second blow will be having more points taken away for his proficiency bonus. So 1 swipe, 2 targets hit, and we have some very, very hurt ghouls there in the doorway. All right, we now have another ghoul. Hold on, I gotta get. Let's try this again. All right, there's another ghoul comes spilling out of the hallway. 4, 5, 6. There we go. And he targets Ruger because he doesn't realize what Ruger is. And if he did, he probably wouldn't. But ghouls are a lot of things, but smart is not one of them. He attempts to attack Ruger. And he misses. Because of that amazing armor that you have and your celestial ability to withstand attacks from creatures of this ilk, you are doing quite well, sir. Cauldron. Cauldron takes a step forward and decides to use sneak attack against this gentleman here. This very dead gentleman, as a matter of fact. Her attack, she attacks with her +1 dagger. And she attacks with advantage, which is good, because if she hadn't, she would have been in very serious trouble. But she is going to use sneak attack, which is 3d6. She does 9 plus the weapon attack itself, which gives her... Oops, sorry, that was supposed to be damage. I clicked the wrong button. Wow, so 9 plus 6. 9 plus 6 is 15 points of damage that she takes off of this ghoul. This ghoul is not doing well at all. And as you notice, her blade sticks in very, very viciously into its chest. So that's when she decides to use the other dagger. No, actually, yeah. We'll go with the non-magic dagger this time. And she also manages to hit with that one. It, for some reason, did the sneak attack with that one. I don't know why. It shouldn't have. It should have only been the 1d4, which is 3, plus her bonus, which would have taken it to 6, which would have left that on this one. So, the ghoul that Ruger and Cauldron are facing is not doing well at all. Its chest has been ripped open and its belly is now sagging wildly. And Damien, it is now your turn, sir. What would you like to do?
I was trying to think. So we're fighting ghouls, you say?
Correct.
You say? No, physical attacks don't work on them, right?
No, physical attacks do work on ghouls.
Okay. I'll try attacking one with the talon is silver, right? Or is that just a regular sword?
Talon is a regular sword. It's a +1, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Taking a look at your here, I'll pull it up here on the Twitch if you're watching. So looking at it, Talon is a +1. It is your war bonded sword.
Crap. Shoot. Crap. Hold on. I will. How close is the closest one? I guess I will use.
This is the closest one to you right here. These two.
Okay. I guess I will run up to the first one and I will slash.
All right.
With my woven with my silver sword, because technically speaking, that's the one that's supposed to do better against ghouls, at least.
It won't make much difference in this case. It's not that kind of a fiend.
Okay,
So
I'll just use Talon.
Silver is not, yeah. Go ahead and give it a shot, and let's go ahead and do your attack. All right, Talon comes out, and you attack. And you hit the Mother Ghoul. I don't name him. And your damage, sir, is significant. You split the back open on this ghoul and down it goes, and it is now very, very dead. The Mother Ghoul is now the dead Mother Ghoul. You still have another attack, sir. What would you like to do? Would you like to, because you get 2 attacks, would you like to attack the other ghoul that is in the way?
Hold on, are you talking to me, dead? I told you, I'm a duelist, which means I am good with one-handed. I don't use 2 weapons at a time.
You're also level 5. You're level 5. You get extra attack now.
I guess I will slash again then.
Okay. All right. Slashing with Talon. And you hit. And your damage is maximum. You do 12 points of damage, and you kill the ghoul that is directly in front of you. 2 slashes, 2 kills, and down they go. Ruger.
I'll attack the one right in front of me.
There's a shock. I am shocked
Yes.
that is your tactic, but please,
I know.
sir, go for it.
Hard to believe.
Yes, I
Okay.
know.
First attack.
Oh! Beautiful strike, sir.
Smack-a-woo! Ding
Whack
dong,
'em,
ding dong.
smack 'em. Oh my goodness gracious. That is beautiful. Your silver longsword +1 doing 10 points of damage. far beyond after your already vicious attack from your compadre. The little ghoul, is now much littler and now in a puddle at your feet. Your extra attack, sir, you can. I don't know if you can get to him, but there is one still in the doorway.
He's 4 spaces away. Is that 20
1,
feet?
2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's only 20 feet, and you can move 25, so no problem. Actually, I think you can move 30. You can move 30 feet.
Right.
Yeah,
But
go
can I
for
still
it.
attack?
Yes,
Okay.
you can.
Very good.
Movement can happen at any time in the middle of 5e combat, as opposed to 1e combat, where that was very forbidden in the rules that you and I are all familiar with. So, by all means, sir, target your next victim and let fly with your vicious righteousness.
Guy in the door.
All right. So you were doing your attack fast here. Can you see the attack button there? You can.
Yeah.
I'll press it for you. There you go. It happened automatically. I didn't have to do anything. You missed, unfortunately, with your second attack. That was not a great attack, unfortunately. So. Yes, you had a question?
I just said no.
Oh, okay.
You said it was not a great attack, and I agreed.
Yes. So now, out through the doorway, come more friends and party members. As one of the ghouls comes walking through, and actually, you can't do that because that would be, well, yeah, we're gonna do that. And as he passes by to try and get around the corner to because he just comes rushing out blindly. Damien, you have Warcaster as an ability, and Druger has his weapon. You guys get attacks of opportunity on the overzealous ghoul as it comes running by. Druger, you do too. But we will go in order of opportunity. So we will go with the order in which the session's battle came in. So Druger gets first swing. And if there's anything left, we will go next to our good friend Ruger. Oh! A 27. That's just wrong. And he hits 4. Oh my goodness gracious.
This is a lot like Whack-A-Mole, but it's Whack-A-Ghoul.
It is almost embarrassing. He just obliterates this thing as it runs past him. But it is still standing. It is still standing after that opportunity attack. Ruger, take an opportunity attack on the ghoul as he foolishly dashes past you.
Ready.
All right.
One undead special coming up.
Let's see if it's going to roll. It should roll on its own. There it goes. Just a little bit on a delay for you. It does hit. And you manage to hit it for another 6 points of damage. This thing is not doing well at all. It's kind of like I was having lunch with friends in the room. We come in the hallway. But, Damien, your opportunity now. As it passes by you, you take your opportunity to send it back where it belongs as you go and strike at it with Talon. And you manage to hit.
Sorry?
Oh, and you take its head clean off as bluish, blackish ooze pusses up from our friend that ran out of the hallway, foolishly, never even getting an opportunity to attack. So, yeah.
That's what you get.
That's what you get when you pick the wrong guys. So coming out the door now, one more of them decides to step through, shoves his friend out of the way, gets into the doorway, and decides that he's going to pick on the dwarf because he's a dwarf, you notice. These ghouls are very short and very stocky and rather hairy, by the way. So...
Same.
Steady. He targets Ruger.
I was taking a drink right as you said that. I almost sprayed it all over my laptop.
Yeah, I could well imagine that would have not been hard to do. But he does miss. He does in fact miss. So no bite, no clawing taking place from this particular ghoul. So that we go to the next one, who also decides to target the dwarf.
Don't do that. Don't do that. He gets angry.
And he also misses. Man, these guys cannot hit. All right, Angelina, your opportunity. You can either attack, you can try and turn. What would you like to do?
Well, on my there's only one left, right, by the door?
Well, actually, let me get this guy out of the way. I will move him over here because you actually have, let me just do this. It's the dead bodies that get in the way. There we go.
Alright, yeah. Oh, so he was like right under him or something?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, because I can't really confidently make any attacks because Druger's right in front of me. So.
Well, you could try. It's just if you have a critical fumble, we're gonna roll to see whether you remember that's a house roll.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
No, you can turn from where you're at, and there's no critical fumbling for a bad turn.
Oh, okay.
That is correct.
I'll do that then. Let me target. I'll do the one that is right next to Druger. This guy. And then where is it?
There's actually, you can target both of them. You can target anything that's within, I believe, let me double check. If you read the way the feature works.
Double check.
I'll double check, I said. If you take a look at turn undead, which you can actually destroy undead, by the way, if you roll high enough, because they are low enough for you to actually destroy. For each undead that you can see or hear within 30 feet of you, and you will need to take a step forward in order to reach both of them, because you can only reach 30 feet. You want to make sure that you can get a good read on the one that's in front of you.
Okay.
So target them both.
I'm having trouble trying to I'm trying to target them both, and I can't. It's only letting me target one at a time.
Hold shift.
Okay.
And if shift doesn't work, try control.
Oh, I did it.
Okay. There you go. All right, go ahead. Give us a roll.
Hold on. I gotta pull it up now. Where is it? Sorry, do you know which?
Actually, you can't destroy them, but you can turn them. Sorry, they are level 1. I thought they were level 1/2. They are level 1, so they cannot be destroyed, but you can turn them, and as long as nobody touches them for the next minute, they will do everything they can to get away from you.
Wait, are you sure it's level 1? Because I can't find it.
Oh, you're looking under features.
Yeah.
Active abilities.
Oh. What's it doing? Okay. Turn undead. Channel. Okay. Here we go. Oh. He's gonna do it. Go. Oh.
Alright. Channel Divinity, turn undead. You cast. They now must make a saving throw. There is your saving throw of the Heartening Ghoul. And he does not make his saving throw. Does the other one make his... Did it roll? It didn't roll the other one, so I will roll the other one for you. But the other one makes his saving throw. The Hysterical Ghoul. So you hear this screaming ghoul. This Hysterical Ghoul. He does not seem to be affected. This one pushes past him and goes back into the room. He has been turned. This one has not. He managed to successfully resist your attempts to send him to the afterlife. Elrin, would you like to complete the task for your good sister of the cloth?
I shall. I don't know if let me take 2 steps over this. Oh, hold on, I'm targeting. Let me take 2 steps over. Boink, because now I have line of vision. Target him. Bing, bong, bing. And here we go. Did it go?
You did try to turn the undead, so wait a moment. You're trying to actually turn the undead. So there we go. Boom! That one has been hit. We need to do the same thing against this one here. It's forcing you to do the rolls separately, which is kind of sad. Go ahead and try it again on this one here.
Where is he?
Oh, I'll target him for you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There we go. Go ahead and try it again.
Okay. Bang! Eat that, sucker!
There we go. Nice. There goes your divination. That's cool. Okay. It just keeps hitting the same guy. So I'll make this one, make them do their saving throws because it's not forcing their saving throws.
Wait, but aren't there only 2?
There are
There's only 2 ghouls left, and I already turned one of them.
Right.
So I still only had to do it to one. Right?
No,
Correct.
one of them saved, didn't he?
That's right. The one that wasn't is the one that just failed. So both of them are now turned. I don't know why it was throwing the spell on top of the other one. Whatever, it doesn't matter. The outcome is the same. You have 2 frightened ghouls that have decided they've had enough. And as long as nobody in the party accosts them, they will continue to avoid you for the next 1 minute. With that being said, they both turn around and walk back into the room.
I'm going to spike the door after they go inside. And
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I
Alright.
turn to Druger and Damien and say, well, what if you go spike the other door?
Druger goes, all right, more than happy to. And he goes running around the corner and he locks the other door using a spike. So I will go and take one of those pitons out of his case. One of them has been used. And Damien, moving you up to this door and using one of your pitons. And the 2 doors are now locked. And combat is now, for all intents and purposes, ended. You now have 2 ghouls that have been locked into the other room. Druger comes back around the corner, joins back up with the party, going, well, that was a little bit exciting.
Yeah, that was fun. I actually enjoyed that battle.
It's
But
always
then
fun.
I'm a paladin. I would enjoy that kind of battle.
Yes, you would.
I'm thinking, do we want to look at these other rooms eventually, or can we just spike them too?
I think
I mean, are we looking for anything
we're
else?
looking for the Banshee. He said that she was up the stairs, but the other stairs in the hallway, they lead down, right?
Right, these stairs don't go up. So I'm
So
thinking
I'm
that,
wondering if she's in like the door to the very left or something, or at the door that's at the very corner of the hallway right here.
well,
There's
the
a
door at the
there.
corner goes into that chamber we've already been in that had a little balcony in it. I think that
Oh,
might be the
okay.
door to the balcony, and we didn't see anything there, but
Well,
that doesn't mean she
Okay.
didn't.
You guys could see that room from down below, but you actually did not go into that room. That room was 20 feet above you. You guys could kind of see that it was there, and you saw into it from the room on the other side of, where the spiders were. You could see that through the windows. You know that there's a balcony there. You know that there's a room there, but you actually have not been in that room.
True.
And with respect to the room itself, there's a set of doors down here you have not been in. There's a set of doors here you've not been in. There's a set of doors here that you've not been in. A staircase here that goes downstairs. And you have the room there that you have not been in either.
I have a feeling that it's gonna be. We should probably go through this door because you said, Ruger, that the vision or the sense that you had of where the ring was in the general area we were just a second ago, just higher. So I feel like this room is right above that. No.
Good observation. Do I have a sense of whether this room is right above that, GM?
It is in the general vicinity. It's could be either one of these rooms, depending on what the configuration of the room itself is behind the door. But it is definitely in this area that you guys are in right now. It could be door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3.
Well, what does the group say?
I don't know. I feel like door number 2. 2's a good number, no?
So this room over here?
We flipped a coin last time.
Dude, I honestly, there's we need like a four-sided coin because there's 4 doors.
There's a 4-sided dice.
Yes.
True.
And technically you have 5 options: stairs or 4 doors. So
I would definitely pick one of the 3 doors ahead of us and not the other stairs or the other door.
Yeah.
What is that? That's 3 options?
Yeah, that's 3.
correct.
So we can roll a 6-sided dice. 1 or 2 go through this door next to me. 3 or 4 go through the next door. 5 or 6 go through the last door.
Great. Sounds good. I'm rolling it. Bing.
Okay.
Going.
All right. Awesome. It is a 5.
Which one was that?
Which is, I believe that's the one at the end of the hall?
Yep.
All right. So, Cauldron was pretty sure she heard activity behind that one. So she asks everybody to come behind her to back her up. Of course, Druger takes up his usual position. Oh, okay. All right. He'll take that one. He takes the usual position to back her up should the inevitable crap hit the fan. Damien is taking up rear position to make sure that nobody gets flanked. And Angelina is directly behind everyone. So as you guys get there, Cauldron notices that the door is in fact jammed shut. It has been pitoned. So she's going to have to get that out using her...
Just like the other door, right?
Yes, just like the one that you guys did. It was done that way. So she's going to use her thieves' tools to try and remove that. It'll be pretty easy. She only needs to get a 10. So as long as she doesn't screw up, she should be fine. And she rolls a 19, which is pretty doggone good. So she does open the door and finds herself staring into another set of privies.
What are privies?
Toilets.
Oh, wait,
Oh.
she heard activity behind the door?
Yes. And,
Oh, okay.
and now you realize that what you were hearing is the sound of the wind whipping through the ventilation shafts as she was...
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Damien.
All right.
Well, we
Damien.
ruled that one out.
Damien.
Yes.
You feel the back of your... the hair on the back of your neck rise. And as you do...
My God.
I'm gonna tell everybody. I'm gonna warn them. I'm sensing something.
You scream out, "Incoming!" So you will not be surprised. And nobody else will be surprised per se, because you guys were potentially expecting her to come out, but we are now finding ourselves once again in a combat situation, ladies and jelly spoons. So everyone, please, I keep trying to do that as the player, and I keep getting surprised when it doesn't work. Everyone, we are now in combat. Be prepared to roll for initiative. All right. And the person who gets to strike first is our apparitional friend. And our apparitional friend, you see her take a deep breath, if it were that, if you can say that from an undead creature. And as she fills her undead lungs with not real air, she targets all of you. And you hear what can only be described as the most unearthly, terrifying, bone-chilling scream you have ever heard in your lives, as the Banshee lets loose with the one thing that they are all known for, which is the Banshee's wail. First and foremost, before I roll that attack, everyone must roll a saving throw versus the horrifying visage.
Did
What
you
is that,
just roll
charisma?
for me, Dad?
What's that?
Did you just roll for me?
No.
Okay, it just says like Game Master Angelina.
Because this is saving
Wisdom
throws.
something.
So the
Okay,
way
never
it's
mind.
the way it's
Okay,
set
I
up.
haven't done mine yet.
Yeah, sorry, but I actually have it set up to do the to do saving throws automatically. Ruger,
okay, so I
it
don't
said
need
that you
to do
failed, but it did not give you a advantage. So roll again, please, because you did not get your chance for advantage.
20?
Yes, roll a d20. Actually, roll a saving throw versus your wisdom. But that's all fine. You're good. You're totally good. So Ruger is not frightened, but Cauldron is absolutely positively terrified.
And with Druger, right?
Well, yeah, unfortunately, the big baby is crying. He has once again been terrified, because this is what happens when you find yourself face to face with your worst nightmare. So Cauldron is frightened, and she is now incapacitated. Druger is frightened. Damien is frightened.
You're the one that saw this coming.
Yes.
I know, what the hell?
Well, unfortunately, but fortunately,
You're the closest. You're the closest to her.
Yes, the two clerics and the paladin are all fine, which is good.
Oh God.
There's the good news. The good news is you guys are all the three holy people who are specialists dealing with the undead are fine. The bad news is all the combat specialists are now calling for mommy. But it's kind of fun. It's kind of fundamental, because the next thing that happens is that scream, and the scream occurs. All right, Damien, you are. Let's see. Damien, you take damage. But fortunately, none of you guys pass out. The only person who passes out is
me?
Angelina.
Oh
Angelina.
My God.
Oh no, Angelina has taken damage, and we all know what.
Oh, good.
That.
Good. Oh.
Just going Super
excited.
Saiyan.
Yes.
You have no idea what you just did.
I'm holding up a hero till the end of the night.
Oh God, you guys are so screwed now.
Well, let's see if it
You
happens.
have no idea. Oh, come on, please.
So
I'm
let's
gonna be
see.
so upset.
Everybody is taking damage here. Let me just make sure that everybody takes their damage.
Yeah, I took damage.
Yes, everybody took damage. And not an
Oh.
insignificant amount of damage. But that's okay. You did take damage, but please roll a D100, which is the 2 dice at the end. If you
Got it.
roll above a 60, let me know. You rolled a
I did
30.
not.
You have stayed
Let's go.
Angelina.
I'm so sorry.
Yes, you are
The
also
RNG, what am I
now
supposed to do?
you are also frozen in place. You have fallen to the ground and you are rock solid.
Alright guys, I am no help. Sorry.
Yes. That is
Use
one
me
of
as a
the
human shield, I don't know.
Actually, you've also you have taken. Here's the problem. Actually, it's much worse than you think.
Oh.
She has wailed. Everybody else took psychic damage because they were able to resist. However, you have taken massive damage.
Oh my god.
You are
Ravina really got. Oh, I'm dead. I'm
you
dead.
are actually been reduced to 0 hit points and you are dying.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Well,
god,
let
I'm
me
so
just
sorry,
go.
guys.
Was she turned to stone?
Yes, she is petrified. She is quite literally turning into rock.
Well, okay, wait, I'm confused. Can a stone person die?
Well, she's turning into rock. She's not rock yet. She has been petrified and scared to death by the Banshee's scream.
I'm just wondering if the petrification will stop the death process.
No. So
Okay.
she starting next round, she needs
Oh
to start
my
making death
God.
throws, the death saves.
Oh my god.
So
Am I gonna die?
Cauldron
Not if someone cures you.
now has the frightened condition. Do you guys know what the frightened condition means?
No.
Okay, I will quickly read it off to you guys so everybody's familiar with what it means. This is taking it right out of the rules so that you guys know that I'm not making this stuff up.
Well, I believe you either way. You are
So
God
a
in this
creature
scenario.
a frightened creature has disadvantage on all ability checks and attack rolls. So technically I should have made you guys all potentially roll those resistance rolls essentially
okay,
at
it's okay.
disadvantage, but we won't do that. We'll say that it
No.
happens simultaneously. One of you guys is dropped to the ground, everybody else just took a lot of damage, and 3 people are scared within an inch of their lives. She will not willingly move any closer to that source of fear, which in this case is the shrieking creature at the end. So, knowing how rogues are, she jumps into the bathroom and you hear the door. You hear her pitoning the door behind her.
Piton came from.
So
Now we know.
So Druger is absolutely terrified and does not know what to do. He targets her nonetheless because he knows that if he doesn't do something, you guys are all going to die. So he tries to he throws his hand axes at her, but he has to do this with a disadvantage.
Oh my god, he's gonna hit me. Okay, maybe not.
But he does manage to hit. He does minimal damage, but he does manage to strike her. And it doesn't seem to do much, but she's pretty terrified. All right, Angelina, on your character sheet, make a death saving throw, please.
Okay. Where is that?
I've kind of
death saves.
yes, I've kind of screwed up the flow in which this was supposed to happen, but we're getting to the right place anyway. So it was a little awkward, but we're getting where we need to be.
Am I also disadvantaged?
You no, you're. Well, hold on. I don't think that really applies per se to a death saving throw. To be honest with you, I've not really done too many of these. But yeah, you were frightened, weren't you?
Yeah, I was petrified. So.
Yeah. So yeah, you're gonna have to do that at disadvantage. So please roll with disadvantage.
Oh my god.
Sorry, you now get
I'm
one
dead.
X. Nope, you get one box checked in. You now have 2 more attempts, so you've got 1 fail. Damien, what do you want to do, sir? You're terrified. You are not going to move any closer to her. You're
So who's the one? I'm terrified. Can I try, like, unterrifying myself?
Nope.
So what am I going to do? Just sit there? What are my options?
You can attack. You can retreat. You can curl up in a ball. You can ask for mommy.
Weapons?
I will try attacking then.
You have a spell?
I will try Eldritch Blast or was it or Magic
Excellent.
Missile, whichever one I have.
You know what? You may not remember but you have a necklace of fireballs.
So fireballs. I will try a fireball then.
All right. So, using necklace of fireballs, you will use one of those. But you're rolling at disadvantage. Just don't roll a 1.
Oh.
You do hit Abagail. With the spell. You have 8 more of these red balls hanging from your neck, and the damage that you managed to do, sir, is significant. Hopefully you do. Oh, but Abagail manages to resist, and she takes only partial damage from this as a result.
Great.
Elrin, you are unscathed. You are unterrified. What would you like to try and do?
Dude, I do not even know. What am I?
Save me!
Huh?
Save me!
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do. What is it?
What do you even do when someone's like about to die?
You just hit him with cure light wounds, a healing word.
Yeah, there's one that's like
a problem.
Spare the dying?
There's like a there's like a.
You just force it down her throat.
There is spare the dying.
Okay.
Yes, and it's a
I'm not
cantrip.
sure. Yeah.
Yes, it is, which means that
You can do it
Yep, and you can.
infinitely. Please help me.
Did it work?
I'm dying. Did you target me?
You have to target her first before you run that. By the
I
way.
did.
I don't see her targeted.
Because I just untargeted.
Okay, target her again. Okay, you run Spare the Dying. You touch a living creature that has 0 hit points, the creature becomes stable, which means she is stable at 1 hit point. Well, she's stable at 0 hit points, which means no more death throws are necessary.
Oh my god. Thank god. I can't. My rolls are so
You are
bad.
no longer dying, but you are stable, which means, until someone heals you, you cannot be brought back online to continue fighting.
I'm still unconscious.
You are still unconscious. That is
Got
correct. Ruger, it's time for the paladin to be the paladin.
Wait, Dad. DM, sorry.
Yes.
I still have all of the frightened and petrified and stone stuff on me.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Wait, I thought she's stable.
well, she's stable. She's not dying anymore. But if she comes to, she's still going to be frightened. So yeah, the other conditions about being petrified, no, you wouldn't be that anymore. And you are still lying on your back because you fell down.
Right.
And you are still unconscious. So that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but petrified, yes, that's no longer an issue. All right, Ruger.
I'm gonna smack her in divine spite. I'm gonna do it as a. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it as a second level spell. If I hit with either one of my attacks.
All right, here we go. Silver
Come on,
longsword.
Ruger.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, you do manage to hit, and you notice that your attack, the kind of attack that you struck with, seemed to be significantly more effective than the kind of attack that Damien chose to use.
Because it's holy or something.
Oh, it's silver.
Correct.
Or it's silver.
All right. So do I roll? I roll divine spite.
Yes. Oh,
And there should be
that
an
was
extra-
that was.
There needs to be
Go ahead.
an extra die 8 because it's second level.
All right.
So-
Roll one more 8. There you go.
Ooh.
So we will actually take another 7 off of her. That was a brutal strike. Very brutal strike. As you see this celestial energy come whipping down from the heavens inside of the building, blasting Abagail as she stands in front of you and washing her over with white, bluish light of purity that seems to be excruciatingly painful to her as a result.
So I try the longsword.
There you go, going with extra
I
attack.
do- Yeah.
There you go.
Or can I do the extra attack with the same one?
You
Same
could,
sword?
yeah, you could do an extra attack with the same one.
Oh, okay. Let's do that. How do I undo this screen that came up?
I feel like the Dragon Slayer one might be good though. I don't know.
Not against this creature.
Okay,
It's-
I'm unconscious, so don't listen to me.
Yeah.
She's like, wait, I'm dead.
Yeah. Go ahead. Use the silver longsword again, sir.
Angelina is sleep talking.
There we go. Which she does do, by the way.
Woo!
Oh, a hard
go!
strike. And that does a good solid whack on
Wow.
on Abagail, and she is definitely not happy with what you just did to her. So,
Oh,
as
poor Abigail.
yes.
Oh my gosh.
And with that having been said, it turns back to Abagail's turn, and she blips out of existence.
Bro.
It. Someone's got to nail her to the floor. We need some kind of spell to like capture her.
Elvin or Angelina has something that can trap. But she's a banshee, so maybe she can just blip out of there.
Yeah, I mean, we have hold person, but chances are
not
she'll make.
old person. There's Oh wait, I think that's Ravina's. Never mind.
So do me a favor, Ruger. I need you to give me a perception roll, please. You need to roll a 15 or better on perception.
Perception or investigation?
Investigation, if it's better.
I really don't know. My perception's terrible, so.
Okay. You didn't really get a read on where she went, but it didn't look like she went back up through the ceiling. That much you can tell.
Okay. So we'll go over to
Yeah,
Angelina.
You have blind sense. You're the only one that kind of got a read on which direction she was going because you have blind sense.
All right. So, shall we heal Angelina? Elrin, do you have a healing spell?
Yes, I do.
Would you?
I can.
Better yet, let me lay on hands. Save your spell slot. Let me
Okay.
try that first. Okay, so is she down more than 20 points from the look of her?
She's down 44.
Oh dear God. Okay, I'll lay hands all the way.
You know, does anybody else besides me find it hilarious that the paladin is the one that said "Dear God"? Am I
He
the
said,
only?
"Dear me, dear me."
Yes. By the way, it's more than a minute has gone by, so we'll say that that Agatha, or probably Abagail, has not come back, and you guys are there. You stand in the hallway for a good minute waiting for her to return, and she does not return, which is interesting. You laid hands. How many points are you going to use? Are you gonna put the whole kit and caboodle in?
What? 20.
Yeah, it was 20, right?
Yep.
All right, so you managed to raise Angelina's hit points by 20. And Angelina, you are now awake, and you are no longer on the ground. And as you stand up, you realize that really smart. Ruger.
What?
Ruger,
Yes.
your protection from good and evil has worn off, sir. Yeah, it sucks, but you know, it's not the worst thing in the world that could have happened to you. It was there when you needed it. It was definitely there when you needed it. So, yeah, and after a few seconds, the bathroom door opens, and Cauldron comes out of the bathroom.
Thanks for the help.
Nothing in there. Nothing in there.
Yeah, that was really helpful. Did you at least flush? Running
the bucket was empty.
Running in the middle of a fight. That's a new one on you. That's a new one. So how are Damien and Druger? Are they back to normal yet?
Yep, their condition, they're back to normal. They're a little embarrassed, but everyone's taken damage, by the way. With even Ruger, I think you took like 1 point. Angelina, of course, got her claw cleaned. Elrin.
I'm actually gonna heal Angelina the rest of the way.
Does she have a potion we can use?
Well, she does. She does have potions of greater healing if you guys want to save your spells for when you need them.
I mean, I have 6 first level spells. I can just give her some first level cure wounds or something.
Now, you do have to realize, though, that the person here who's actually best at healing is actually Angelina. So she could try.
Oh, bitch, heal yourself then.
She could try and heal herself.
I was about to freaking say that. Should I do bless or cure wounds is like better than bless, right? Oh yeah, bless is not. Okay,
no,
sorry.
No, you don't want bless.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
do. Yeah, I'm gonna do. My first level. Okay. Let me target myself. Let's hope that I get somewhat of an okay roll. It's alright.
Alright. You managed to heal yourself for 13 points.
Yeah, and then is it okay if I take a potion?
Yeah, you're pretty close now to you're only about 11 hit points down from where you're supposed to be. So while a basic potion is not likely to get you all the way up, it may get you within at best it'll get you within 1 point.
Yeah, I think I should do that. I don't want anyone else using more spells.
Right. Go ahead. There you go. You are within 2 hit points.
Oh yeah!
Nicely rolled. Very well done. So, yeah, about as good as you possibly could have hoped. Did you remove one of the potions from your inventory when you did that?
It took it out.
Okay, great. So, you're now standing again. Everybody's sort of, kind of back to normal. Damien? Could you roll I'm going to have you roll an Arcana roll. All right?
Oh, roll for me, buddy.
Yeah, I'm going to have to. So rolling on Arcana. That's... Okay, nope. That's where you are. You leave yourself right there. Cool. All right. So, what is the party going to do?
Does anybody else need healing? Everybody's down some.
Let's go.
I'm gonna do a little quick little healeroo. I think I know we have some kind of mass healing thing.
There is a spell that does mass healing, and I believe it's called Prayer of Healing.
Yep, I do have that. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that one then.
Alright, target everybody.
Up to 6 creatures, that's all of us. Look
That
how
is
that
correct.
goes.
So go ahead and target everybody in the party, and let that spell fly. Now that spell will take 10 minutes to run.
Oh. Say that,
It is a ritual.
do we have time?
You tell me.
I think
I
so.
think we have time.
She may come back, but we'll deal with her then.
Alright, no
Yeah.
time like the present. Here we go. Carpe diem.
Very well done. Angelina, you have been healed all the way.
I think a lot of people have, no?
Actually, they have. I think pretty much everybody is back up to 100%, including their
Yeah.
and that's a mighty fine place to be right now. So, yeah, that landed very, very well. Your prayer
Thank you,
did
Alren.
16 points of healing, which is a lot. Mind
Yeah,
you guys,
I didn't even
You know.
need to heal myself. I would have been just fine.
but you guys find yourselves now 10 minutes, and Abagail hasn't returned.
I say we go hunt her down.
Well, we know she's not in the privy,
Yep.
so which door?
All right. Cauldron
This
comes
one?
down and takes a listen to this door. Let me see what she says. She notices that the door is locked. And using her thieves tools. No. That would be. This is straight at perception. Oh! She gets a natural 20. She hears something, but it's really faint. It's either drapes. It sounds almost like drapes gently flapping in the breeze, but it's really, really faint. Really, really faint.
The drapes of wrath.
And she checks out the door with her thieves' tools to see what it would take to actually break that lock. See if she would, because it's not so much the mechanism she's worried about, it's more the condition, because the condition is in very, very bad shape. But she knows for certain that she'll be able to go and pop that lock in a heartbeat, so just let her know if and when you want to go and actually do that.
Wow, good rolls.
Yeah, darn good roll.
What do you guys think? Shall we go in?
Let's do it! No time like the present!
Oh, great.
All right. So, Cauldron pops open the door, and as she does so, you see doesn't seem to be anything of super importance in the room. It's a rather relatively plain room. It's what you see in the middle of the room is a stone-framed bed. There's a mattress there with bloodstains on it that's clearly moldy and rotted. It's fallen apart. Most of the room is covered with dust and cobwebs, not the thick spider webs that you had seen in the other room, but it's just a lot of dust and a lot of nonsense bric-a-brac in the room. The room has clearly been ransacked as somebody went through the room looking for anything that was of importance, and it's kind of spooky to say, but you get the impression that the blood that was on the bed and the condition of the mattress itself, it looks like it may have been used to conduct torture, to torture somebody who had been brought into the room. At the far end of the room, there is, in fact, a door, probably a fireplace that you see in the far end of the room. But other than that, there doesn't appear to be anything of particular importance in the room.
So is Cauldron going to search the room, and maybe Damien?
Damien, would you like to search the room?
Absolutely. I would be more than happy to. It should be a particular thing I'm looking for, maybe like an Arcana check or anything like that.
Well, why don't we go with perception? All right.
Okay, got it.
All right. So, I'm going to go ahead and... is everybody else coming into the room, by the way, or is everybody staying in the hallway? Okay, because I was going to say, because Ruger would almost certainly be coming into the room to make sure that the thief was not having to scour the room on her own.
I'll stay right by the door outside, so it doesn't close or anything.
All right, that's a great idea. So Damien, as you're searching the room, looking for information, looking for anything of importance, let me quickly give you a perception roll. Your perception's a little higher than hers, as a matter of fact. You don't really find anything of interest. Let me check hers. She doesn't really notice anything of interest either, but she scores a little bit higher than you. But Damien, you, as you're checking out the fireplace, you think you might sense that there's maybe a device, maybe a gimmick to try and get a secret door to open. Would you like to try to press it, sir?
Sure, I'll press it. I mean, what does everybody think? Should I push the button? I should push the button.
Sure.
All
Knowing
right.
Damien, he'd be like, what does this one do?
All right. Damien does, in fact, find a small area under the lip of the fireplace where there appears to be a lever. And oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Accidentally deleted you. As he does so, the back of the fireplace lifts open, and you see a small antechamber in the room. But as you do so, unfortunately for all parties involved, the creatures that have taken up residence in that same room decide to make their presence known as they come flapping down into the room and attack each and every one of you. As they come flapping down.
Well, I'm outside.
You're in the doorway, and one of them comes flapping. They come rushing out of the doorway towards
No.
you. Damien was able to quickly prepare himself. You guys hear the fluttering as you guys are preparing, but you're now finding yourselves in the circumstance where you are once again in battle. Everybody please roll for initiative.
Wow.
DM is feeling spicy today.
Imagine if I just close the door again.
That would be hilarious. Ruger, please give me your
trying every time I try to roll, it pulls the chart up, so I can't get to the button.
Sorry.
Hang on.
Sorry. Yes, there are a lot of these buggers that are now suddenly in the room. There are a lot of them. Yes, these are. You guys are familiar with these. You would love to be able to say that you don't know what they are, but you know all too well exactly what they are. Flying little nasty critters that like to bite. And once they bite for keeps. So yes, leave them there because that would be an opportunity attack. So, Angelina, one of them flies up and tries
Already?
to attach itself to you. Its action
I
is to
cannot get
try.
away.
So, all right, +5 to hit. All right, let me quickly get something here. This is one of those ones
10
where,
minutes ago, I was dead, and now this little mosquito is coming after me again.
yes, isn't it just so obnoxious? So 1 second here while I find that.
Does anybody have a good area of effect spell that wouldn't affect the rest of us?
I'm sorry?
Poo-poos.
I was asking the party.
Yeah, our little spirit poo-poos.
Beer poo-poos?
Spirit call spirits or something.
Spirit
Guardians.
Yeah, I mean, it would be useful to avoid taking damage, but not as useful as if we were hitting a boss later on, or like a room full of ghouls supporting a boss later on.
Yeah.
We need like a fireball spell that won't hit us. How many people does Toll the Dead hit?
1.
Toll the Dead is, I think, up to 3.
Is it? I thought it was 1. Okay.
Oh, it is just 1. So weird. There's something that. Oh, it's sacred.
All right. The attack
Whatever.
comes in against you. And
I'd almost rather do
this is horribly.
a thunder wave and just take the damage than
I mean,
get stung like 7 times.
all right. So I don't want to metagame, but I'm gonna metagame. All right. If I were you, I would have at least one person casting Spirit Guardian right now because
We're gonna die.
it's very effective. It's designed exactly for this situation.
True.
Okay, well, do we have to wait until Elrin's turn then?
The first one of you that can actually cast it. Yes.
Yeah, that's Elrin. She's number 2.
So hold on a
I
second.
am the very last.
Just unfortunately these guys didn't have their attack wasn't an attack. It was just there as a description. So I'm just putting it in real quick. So let me just give this to them. Otherwise I'm gonna have to sit here and manually roll everybody, which will take me forever. All right, there we go. All right. So getting back into our combat here. The first one misses horribly. It's almost embarrassing how badly he misses, but Elrin, it is now your turn.
All right, bitches. I hope you're hungry. Here I go. Okay, let me find it. Spirits. Spirits! Come forth, spirits! Oh wait, this will be my last Spirit Guardian spell, so Makiko, save yours.
Okay.
Do I target myself for Spirit Guardians, or do I just roll and it'll give me the little... There it is.
I feel like you should move a few steps, though, into the...
All right, so
You go to the middle of the room.
what you need to do, Elrin, is every one of those creatures that is now in your zone. All right, roll the attack, please. Who just went? Who just went all sparkly?
Me.
No, there was.
I'm gonna also take a few steps. I had the option to do that and I didn't take it.
I told you.
Okay, so that's, or I'm just, yeah.
There you go. Okay, so we're targeting this one and we're targeting this one. So do me a favor and roll 3d8. Actually, I was gonna say we could just do damage too. So hold on a second.
Sorry.
You could actually take another step further into the room if you want.
Right.
Yeah,
There's
I think
damage.
if I pass enemies though, I have to roll for that, don't I?
All right, an attack of opportunity.
Yep. So yeah, stepping into, you didn't step past them. But all of the ones that you hit, several of them actually even made their saving throws, but it really is kind of pointless because the amount of damage that this thing does is just completely insane. So as you start casting this spell, and I have to get closer so I can see the names properly. The Grimacing Sturge. Where is he? Grimacing is dead.
Yay!
The Petulant Sturge is dead.
Excellent.
The Seeming Sturge is dead.
Oh my god.
The Sturge that is underneath you that you're actually sharing the space with right now, the Promising Sturge, which you are actually standing in square with, which would be a little bit problematic, is dead. And last but certainly not least, the Throbbing Sturge. You can't have a party without one. Is also dead. All of the ones that were touched by the Spirit Guardian spell have immediately been ripped to shreds by the ghostly guardians that fly past you.
They're so cute.
Which leaves
everywhere.
only a few of them are left to actually even try to attempt to do anything. So one of them decides to target the creature that disturbed them, because it just was like, we were resting. We were resting.
They're grumpy sturges.
They are grumpy.
The worst kind.
And it misses horribly.
Wow.
Yes.
Great.
But the next one standing next to him attempts the same thing. Tries to bite, which is its long proboscis, thinking of a mosquito on steroids. Oh, and he manages to strike. And by striking, it does damage. But that's not the greatest concern of all, because once a Sturge strikes, it embeds its proboscis into its target and begins to start to drain.
Ugh, find me dinner first.
Yes. So, Kenji, you have lost 4 points of damage
Balls.
due to blood loss. It is deeply embedded inside of your arm. If you try to pull it out, you can try and do so, but there is the possibility that you will, unfortunately, snap off the proboscis on the inside and continue to bleed. Think of leaving a hypodermic needle inside of your arm. It's essentially what that would be the equivalent of. Speaking of which, Damien, it is now your turn. What would you like to do, sir? You now have this bat thing embedded in your arm, sucking blood out of your body at a frightening rate. Now, you know that once it gets its fill, it will fly away. But how much that fill is, in the moment of which you're at right now, you know it won't kill you, but it's not going to be a lot of fun.
Well, I'm assuming killing it would make it stop, but it'd just be dangling there.
It would. Like I said, you have to remove the proboscis after that. And if you don't remove it properly, you will continue to take blood. You will continue to bleed.
Well, do I have the ability to remove it once it does that?
You can try, yes, but you will take one more round of damage at least while you're trying to be successful.
I'll try and just kill the thing that's on my arm right now.
All right, how would you like to do that? Your fist, a weapon, a spell, slamming it against the wall, biting its head off? What would you like to do?
Ooh,
Ooh, that last one sounds interesting, but like I feel like these guys are possibly toxic, so I feel like I'm guessing squishing it against the wall, or
You can certainly
possibly.
try that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. All right. Go ahead and just give me... Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I keep waiting for you to roll, dude. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. That's stupid of me. All right, so this is going to be a hand-to-hand attack. He reaches up with his bare hand and grabs it. And you manage to hit it. And the damage you do is more than twice its actual number of hit points. So you manage to rip it out. Now, we're going to roll and see if you are able to go and remove the proboscis. And that requires a dexterity roll. Here we go. Ability check time. And you successfully managed to pull it out. So you are managed to kill it, remove it, and it is not going to be biting anyone again. You're fairly certain, seeing as how you basically twisted its head off.
Nice work.
Yes. By the way, they squeak when you do that. Just so you know. All right, Druger is like, oh, these disgusting things. Watch out, lassie. There's not really much he can do. It's a crowded room. He could try to get over there to help her. Comes on down here. Targets the one that's in front of it. Punches at it with his, swings at it with his axe. And he hits it, smashing it to pieces. I mean, it's really just a smear on the wall at this point. That's just wrong. So, yeah, the even-handed, which is probably the nicest of them, is dead. He's now a bright red smear on the fireplace wall. Using his extra attack, he goes after the remaining one, striking again with Hugh. Oh, natural crit. So just out of curiosity, he does 22 points of damage to a creature that had 2 points. This isn't
In
just...
Final Fantasy VII, we call that overkill.
You think? But that was the last of these creatures, and as a result, the combat is over.
Good game.
Yes.
Nice.
With that, I must bid you all adieu today.
This is a great place to stop then. So ladies and gentlemen, you guys are still alive despite your best efforts to try and correct that situation.
Our best efforts. It's your best efforts.
Yes, and best efforts they were indeed, but you are all still alive. You have advanced your position significantly, fought bravely, and rid this world of several creatures that are quite unsavory and unlikable. But you did so with flair, panache, and a great deal of humor. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We will pick up here next week. Same bat time, same bat channel on the Gatewalker saga. And thanks, guys. This was a lot of fun. I really needed a break this week, and I don't know about you, but this was hilarious. I had a great time.
Thanks, DM.
GG, it was a lot of fun, guys. So much fun.
Thanks, DM. Thanks, everybody.
And I know I got several of those things wrong, but I was trying to just kind of keep the thing moving. So, but you know what?
Hey,
we ended up getting to the same place every single time. But you are still not out of the woods yet. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to come back next week. I will leave the game system up as I always do. I will turn the music off so you do not need to listen to it unless if you are really that keen on listening to music. I'm sure you can find something on YouTube that you might want to listen on your own. but we'll keep the music off. I will turn off the stream, and we'll have the recording so we can go and share this with Eva. And she'll tell me all the things I did wrong. I'm sure she will. And actually, I kind of welcome that, to be perfectly honest with you. So, that having been said, we will see you guys next week. It's open for doing journal entries. If you have questions or feedback, let me know. Send it either through text message or you can send me notes on Discord. All right, guys.
Woo! I died.
Yes, and came back in the same breath. So Damien's not the only one. Mind you, he's the only one to do it twice in the same battle, which is impressive.
True.
Yes. All right, guys.
Alrighty.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Yes. What's that, honey? What are you trying to do? Mulled wine? Why are you doing mulled wine? Uh, mulled wine. I would, you want something robust for a mulled wine. Um, do we have a Malbec or a Shiraz? Yeah, that'd be great. Okay. Sorry, I haven't done mulled wine in years. I had to think.